Good afternoon, everyone. Chris Berryman here, coalition builder and founder of Bringing Humanity Together. This is the impromptu live stream that we're having today because I would love to get more people engaged into the conversation that we've been having this week about impression to impact. And so I wanted to get people on today. So if you guys are having any questions or concerns about impression to impact, have you been watching our live streams? We would love to have that great and engaging conversation with you today. Um, Follow us on our Twitter handle at Betterment for All. Uh, Follow our business page here too as well. Join our Facebook group, and also we also have a YouTube channel where a lot of the Conversation for Humanity um, calls go live on. So let me bring it up here just a second, and here we go. And here's our YouTube channel. So, what does impression and impact mean to you, and what is it? Uh, is it relegated to not only in our businesses today, or can it be relegated not only in business but also more importantly in life itself? So, Christopher, I just sent you that link for us to join. So, Chris, I'm hoping you can join us live here. I'm reaching out to you, and more importantly, um, I just wanted to let my great partner. Let me write this down. And here we go. Send that little thing. Apologize, I had to send a quick message out to somebody. Um, yeah, today is none other than my great friend. In fact, I will bring her up here so people will see who she is. And my great partner today is having a birthday. So I want to give my best wishes to her today. And my great partner and friend, mentor. Um, and here she is, Sandy Chernoff. Sandy, happy birthday to you from me and my wife, Melinda. I'm hoping you're going to have a great day today and have the best birthday ever. And happy birthday. And like I said, I greatly appreciate you being on this journey with me and so many others like Carla and Lisa and Patrick and Vicky and Michael and so many others. Like I said, Sandy, happy birthday to you, and that's another reason why I wanted to get on the live stream today is to wish you an actual happy birthday. So, like I said, thank you so much for being on this journey here at Bringing Humanity Together. Uh, but yeah, this week we've been talking about impression to impact. What does that look like? What can that do for us in a way that we can really do things that's really going to truly uplift, impact, and get humanity moving forward. More importantly, not in our businesses today, but also in life itself. So I truly believe in that, ladies and gentlemen, 110%, because, like I said, if we can truly lead with our humanity every day in every way and just be human no matter what it is, and whatever, whether it be at work, whether it be at home, just be us. And I truly believe we can get so much further and so much uh, ahead of the game if we just do what is right, not what is easy, and just like I said, just lead with our humanity every day in every way. So, um, I would love to have people join the call. So, if you like to, I'm going to put the LinkedIn Live join link here. So, let me copy that and save that here. So, you guys will see it on LinkedIn Live. Uh, and here we go. Join me live, and here it is. And if that doesn't work, there's also this link too as well, because we've been having some issues too as well. So I will put this thing right here, and it'll be in the next comment below it. Um, so if that link doesn't work, please use the other link. So I think, yeah, probably use the second link, everyone. So use that link. I think that would be the better one to go. So what does everyone think about impression to impact? How can we truly get people to where they want to go, not only in business today, but more importantly in life itself? Uh, so, for me at least, and this is what we've been talking about uh, for a lot of days now for this week's theme, of, like I said, impression to impact. Um, it's just being who we are, just being true to who we are, what we're about, how we can truly connect, um, and really uplift humanity in a great human way. There's so much potential for humanity to grow, because maybe that smallest thing that we do can lead to the biggest impact, not only in our lives, but more importantly in the lives of others. And there's so many aspects that can come to this. We talked yesterday about mental health. I've been talking about how we can create a better environment, and that's what I said on a call this week on Monday, is create better environments and you get better results. And I truly believe in that. So by creating that, like I said, that environment that encompasses everybody and they're all a part of it, and they can feel like they're a part of it, they know it, it's tangible to them. And I dare to say, ladies and gentlemen, the next currency of humanity is not going to be rooted in money, it's going to be rooted in value. If people know what they truly are being valued as people, and they, like I said, not only are leading with their humanity every day in every way, they're expressing their humanity in their own unique way every day in every way. I truly believe, like I said, that's going to change the game so much in business that it's really going to shape the way we do business moving forward. Because to me, the person that really I should be striving for to really impact and get people to where they need to go is not necessarily myself, it's everyone else on the team. And if I help them and get them to where they need to go by natural fault, and I even say by design, you can get them to help you get you which you need to go. It's almost like what Zig Ziglar said so many years ago. Um, if you get if you give others what they want, you will get what you want. And like I said, when we were talking about impression and impact, I believe if we can create the right environment and create that great impression that people feel like someone's coming off to them as being authentic, being genuine, being honest, being transparent, being open minded and open hearted, and they really are standing within their truth and their model of the world, that what works for them, and then yet they can still go outside of that model of the world and say, maybe I can see it from a different point of view. I can see it from Sandy's point of view today, Or I can look at it from Carla's point of view today, or Lisa's, or Patrick's, or Brian's, or whoever that might be. I truly believe, ladies and gentlemen, once we start getting outside of ourselves to such an extent and we're aware of it and we impress onto people that very dynamic, people are going to be more apt to follow you, trust you, like you. It's definitely about the know, like, and trust factor. That is definitely key. And to me, relationships spawn from off of that. Relationships to me is key. Without a relationship with somebody, then you're just basically going through the motions. Yeah, granted, there might be some industries or times that comes in and it gets to us in the way that it does. Like it's like when you have two tennis people on a tennis court and they're playing a doubles match. One person may hate the other's guts, but they know that they have a job to do and they have to get things done. But how they are really impressing on each other? Are they doing it in a great way, in an impactful way that's really positive, uplifting, or are they just really knowing that they don't like each other? They just know they have a job to do and they have to do what they have to do. So, like I said, I just believe that there's so much potential there that people can really change the game as we see it and really change the way things are being done. Um, so I want to hear from you, everyone. I want to hear what your guys are thinking about. What's the best way forward? Uh, because if we can really truly uplift humanity in a great human way, I think that's going to be the, like I said, the next rise and renaissance of humanity that we need now more than ever. Hello, Christopher.
Hello, hello. Let me
You got your video on yet?
give me a second. Gonna fix it all up, and then I'll get on video.
Got to have the video on Fantastic Friday. Thank you for joining us today on the impromptu session of Conversation for Humanity. We've been talking this week about impression to impact and what does that look like and mean to you. And Chris is a great friend of mine. He wants to also be a part of what we're building here at Bringing Humanity Together because me and him met actually through Clubhouse. And that is a great way to connect with people because you can be in a room with people from all over the world, but yet they're there for a common purpose, common goal, or they may not even be that way. But I truly believe that when you truly extend your hand out to connect with somebody, you can really get so much more out of it. So, Chris, how are you doing today, sir?
Doing great, Chris. Thanks for inviting me.
So I see your video still not working.
Yeah, I'm setting everything up, and I'm gonna turn that video on. I've never used this platform before.
Yeah, Restream is one of the preferred partners for LinkedIn Live. So it's very easy to use and everything. So all you have to do is go to your settings down below of the video screen. It will say the mic, um, the video icon, which will be that little camera. All you have to do is toggle that, and then your camera will be ready to go.
Gotcha, gotcha.
Yeah, because when you see that little mic button right there, right next to the camera, that will be your live feed for your live camera. And that should
We're
be
streaming live to LinkedIn right now, or are we streaming?
absolutely. We're streaming live to LinkedIn. And like I said, I want to hear your thoughts about impression to impact.
Could you fill me in on the context, Chris?
Yeah,
The
impression to impact. What does that look like and mean to you? So how do you impress on people? How do you do that, Chris? What's the best way forward that you've done in a lot of the years that you've worked in not only that, but more importantly in life itself? Chris, are you there?
Just came back right now. I was setting
Yeah, I
everything
saw
up.
your internet kind of dropped.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, all right. So from impact to impression, the thing that comes to my mind is how can you make sure that your impression leads people to believe that you're going to have a positive impact on their lives. So try to advertise or try to present an image that leads people to believe that you're going to have a positive impact on their lives, because people aren't clairvoyant. They need guidance. So help them along the way.
Absolutely, I truly believe in the guide method. Like if we can actually be that guide on that hero's journey, I truly believe that, like I said, there's nothing that we cannot do in our own lives that will lead that impression to such an extent that it truly can impact them. Because if we impress on people that we're honest and we're transparent, we're open minded and open hearted, and we lead with our humanity every day in every way, you will get a better engagement, number one. But if you also come at it, Chris, to where you're leading with your humanity every day in every way and expressing your humanity in your own unique way every day in every way, that creates that better environment. And it's like I said to a group of people on a Zoom call on Monday, is like create better environments that will lead into better results. What's your thoughts on that?
I definitely agree. I feel people need, like you just said, they need that environment in order to uh, go in the right direction. People tend to want structure and guidance and leadership, and not in a negative way, but just to help them to put a good positive energy out there. So I completely.
Go ahead. You kind of cut off there, Chris.
I was saying yes, definitely. Setting up the right environment is. It's not something that needs to be forced. It's just something that's there to help people. You know, the
Absolutely,
intention.
absolutely. So, the has been the ways that you really impacted upon people and started those relationships with people, Chris, that really got the engagement factor really to where it really could have been. Did you just just struck up on just a conversation, say hi, how you doing? I mean, how did that look and feel like to you when you've not only been working, but more importantly in life itself?
Definitely. One of the things I've noticed that's been very important in how my interaction or how I can impress a positive impact on someone is that my intention is to give. My intention, I set my intention before I go into any conversation to how can I help this person? How can I give back to this person? And usually, if you set the right intention, then what you say and your behavior and your attitude and your tone will convey that intention, that positive giving intention.
Right, right. So I know that you've been a driver at Lyft. How's that experience been for you when you are impressing upon people who get into your car? Have you really engaged them in such a dialogue that really maybe they came into that car thinking it's I'm going to have a bad day today, and after they left your car, did they come out better on the other side of that? I mean, how's that been for you?
Definitely, Chris. I'll actually I'll give you a story of what happened on one occasion. I was picking up this woman from a gym. She was definitely going to the gym, and as she got in my car, I could tell her day wasn't starting off very well. Uh, but I made it my intention to try to provide some sort of positive energy towards this woman, and as the conversation and the interaction unfolded, she started telling me all sorts of things, how she was doing in her job, how her relationships were going, and by the end of the ride, she actually was throwing cash tips at me, dollar bills. It was unprompted too. It was very strange interaction, but I think she felt that I was providing some sort of value towards her life, some sort of positive energy that she was compelled to give back. And that's something that I know you've said many times, of the power of giving and positive energy. And I truly believe.
Well, absolutely. I truly believe in the power of positivity and the power of possibility. And if we allow that to occur, not only in our lives, but also create that environment for others to grow and thrive in, you will leave them better once they came into your life. If they came into you on that phone call or got in your car or at work and you make them feel better and they left better than once they came into that time with you, that sends shock waves not only to them but to everyone around them. Because see, it's palpable to people when you go into a business or go into the grocery store or whatever. If you see people that have a bad day, that negativity does go off into the world, and people can pick up on that. It's very palpable to them. But what if we change that and can be those people that says, hey, we're going to fight against this negativity, and we will do it in such a way that if people come in contact with us, granted, now everyone's going to turn on a dime and say, I'm going to be happy go lucky today now. I know that's not a reality thing, but at least if we can extend that invitation to connect, to uplift, to inspire, and say, hey, you don't have to go it alone. Whatever we have to do to really change their mindset to a certain degree, or even change their attitude, because when you get involved with the Debbie Downers of the world and the Danny Downers of the world that always say it's woe is me, woe is me, woe is me, then for us to really say, hey, I know you may have a down day today. Understand that, get that, we all do that. That's what makes us human. But if we can literally can touch upon them, and maybe through the simple acts that we do, that we, let's say, buy them a coffee, or we strike up a conversation with them in the car, just like we're like the lady with you in the car with you. You can really say, hey, you made my day. And that to me, Chris, is the greatest gift that we can give to people. That is literally, we don't have to charge for it, number one. We don't have to expect anything back in return, number two. But more importantly, we left an impact to them, that we impressed on upon them, that we know, number one, we didn't do this for us. We did that for them. And leadership is downstream of culture. And if we start leading with our humanity every day in every way, when, like I said, when we create those better environments, then we will create better results. What's your thoughts? Chris, are you there? Chris might be having internet issues. So I apologize in advance, because restream. So we'll get back to. Hey, Chris, can you hear me? So we'll just get Chris back on here shortly. Um, but yeah, that story was powerful, Chris. He literally got a passenger that was paying for his lift service, And here he is. Here we go. And Chris, you're back. Yeah, you gotta unmute your mic. We can't hear you, Chris. Can you hear me? Apologize. That again. That's the way technology rolls. I mean, it works one day and it doesn't work the next, so you just never know. Um, but yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I truly believe that there's so much opportunity to influence the impact, impress the impact, and I dare to say everything's interconnected to each other. Um, you can't have impression without influence, and you can't have influence without integrity, and you can't have that integrity without your character and your morals. I mean, everything's interconnected. So when we do, do impress onto people in a great human way, I truly believe that we can really, like I said, just change the game in such a way that it really will literally take humanity into so many different better places because it is truly there. Um, so here we go again. Here is Chris. Chris, are you back, sir?
Definitely, I can hear you now. Apparently, it was a Safari that was not working well with the restream.
That darn Safari, I swear, Apple. You know how that goes. So, can you pick up where you left off with your story, Chris?
Yeah, so the main thing I found out about that interaction with that woman was that people, like you said, you don't have to really ask them for something. If your intention is to give to them and they feel like they have received value, they themselves will reciprocate that value back to you. Uh, but it's not something that you should have in your mind. Your intention should be to give openly and freely without expecting anything back. And my experience has been that you end up getting something back just by the nature of the world. What are your thoughts on that, Chris?
Oh yeah, I believe in that 100%. Because if we can just do the right thing and not the easy thing, uh, it really will just do so much good. Because the more that we spread the positivity and show people that there's a possibility other than what they've gone through, or in that Debbie Downer kind of moment, if we can show them that there's a better side to that, or a light at the end of the tunnel, so to speak, that not is all bad in life. There's always that natural balance. So when we can showcase that balance and say, hey, you can't have yin without yang. You gotta have both. There's a way that they have to both work together. But then again, sometimes it's those differences that sometimes comes about in our lives that really can start collaborating in such a way that sometimes someone who sees something completely different than you can come into your life and really work wonders with you, and you don't even think that that can even occur, but that something just happens, synergy and energy, the magic just starts flowing and growing. I mean, there's so much opportunity. Again, we just have to recognize that there's that possibility there, and if we can let that be in someone's life, or have them experience that, maybe there can even be a point of transformation that comes out of that shared experience or that conversation or that cup of coffee, whatever that might be. Then they can literally say, the light bulb moment starts that you see them hit it, and then it just turns on for them. And I think that's a great thing to do. I think I do that every day, Chris. And I truly extend that hand out to people because, see, I tell it to it this way: we have one hand to give, we have one hand to receive. But what happens if one hand gets taken away? So, which do we choose? Do we choose to give or do we choose to receive at that moment? Or if both hands get tied, then we have nothing to give and nothing to receive. So, the more that we allow ourselves to say, hey, what works good for us can be also maybe something that we can share with somebody else and say, hey, maybe this might work for you. And some days we give more than we do on others. Maybe we give more than, receive more than we do on others. And I truly believe it's that give and take and understanding where you sit in the whole day to day outset of your day. So it's going to be different from one to the next and everything. So, what's your thoughts on that, Chris?
Definitely. What you stated about it being day to day. Sometimes it changes. Sometimes things are good. Sometimes things are bad. Um, it really brought up a thought in me of always staying flexible. And even if, like you said, even if somebody's very different from you, try to keep that open mind and not get so hard, so cemented, so concrete on your opinions. Um, the more open you are, the more you're able to receive. And that metaphor you used about the hands, yes, definitely.
So, I was actually on a clubhouse call this morning when I was at work listening in. And there's this guy that was saying that what really impressed him is he was actually going through a Starbucks line of all places. He was going up to the drive-through window, and next thing you know, the cashier says, "Hey, your coffee is paid for." And he's like, "What? Yeah, your coffee's already been paid for." Then he just, without a shadow of a doubt, and this is all what like I said, random acts of kindness, and like I said, impression, the impact, they're all interconnected. What he ended up doing is he just turned right back around and says, "The person behind me, what do they have on their order?" Well, they have four coffees. Well, I'll pay for them. And that starts the chain reaction. I truly believe, Chris, and that's why I would love for you to be a part of what Bringing Humanity Together is all about, is if we can literally take the things that are innate to us and it's our gifts and it makes us who we are, if we can take those very little things and we multiply them with other people who know what we're about and what we do, and of course it goes back to that know, like, and trust factor, that they are willing to take that journey with you and you're willing to take that journey with them, then what's going to end up happening, I truly believe by design, is I can be that guide on your hero's journey, Chris, and you can even be that guide on my hero's journey or leader's journey, however you want to call it. We can literally feed off of one another, help each other grow and help each other thrive. And then what's going to end up happening is when other people see that and it's tangible to them and they say, hey, what's going on here? How did you get involved in this organization called Bringing Humanity Together? I just got on a clubhouse call. It just resonated with me. It spoke to me. And believe you me, when people hear the stories of humanity that comes from each and every single one of us, that really impresses on them and it impacts them and it gets to the very heart of who they are and it pulls on their heartstrings, they say to themselves, wow, I don't have to go it alone. If Chris can do it and Christopher can do it, I can do it. I believe, like I said, that's something that we cannot put a price on. because that's the greatest gift that we can do. Is if once we touch that one person's life, that one person will turn into many. It's not the many that we need to seek out to create the impact or impress upon. It's that one that will turn into many. What's your thoughts?
I think what you said about turning, of using, it's not the masses we need to search for, the many, it's the individual person, and how that individual person is going to spread the word and go to the other people and tell them, hey, I found somebody who has provided a tremendous amount of value to my life, who's trying to bring positive energy to humanity, who's trying to help us, give to us. And of course, they're going to spread the word. So it reminds me of something you said before: build it, and they shall come.
Build our dreams.
Build
Yes.
dreams. Yes, definitely.
Yeah, when you build that field of dreams with others and you build it with them, you know they will come. And I truly believe that's what we're building here, bringing humanity together, because the more that we build that field of dreams for others to take part in and say, hey, I can also be a part of something bigger than of myself because I'm allowing that to occur, number one, in my life. But no, number two, it's allowing me to be able to say, hey, I can join a coalition of humanity that it speaks to my principles, speaks to my values, speaks to my heart, and that's how movements get started. That's how change can get started. That's how literally people can literally move mountains if they just allow that to occur in their lives. And it's like I said to people every day, many hands make light work, and you get more hands involved and you get more people involved and you create that community. Community is unity. And I truly believe in that, Chris. And the more that we're unified on the things that we share and it's common to us and it's innate to us, I truly believe not only can we work upon that and make it even better, but for the things that are not in alignment or we don't impress on more than anything else, like maybe a level of importance, the things, like I said, are not there as far as an alignment is concerned, we can still build upon that and get then go into alignment. I truly believe that that can even occur. So you can literally build upon everything together and still say, hey, this this is something here. We can still understand our greatest strengths and still understand the things that are in our weaker strengths that we can still build upon that either way, whether it be in my life or if in Chris's life or Sandy's, Carla's, whoever, we can still build on that. We should not just say, okay, you don't have $1 million in your bank account, so I'm not going to do business with you. Why do that? Because the thing about that I tell people every day too, Chris, and I want to get your thoughts on, is I share it this way, and it's a two-folded dynamic. I share with people this: it's not who you know now is who you know. It's who you don't know is who you need to know. And then when you bring this in a caveat in context too as well, it's not what you know now is what you know. It's what you don't know, it's what you need to know. And when you kind of put those two ideas together, I just believe that there's so much potential there for humanity, and there's so much that we can do with that. What's your thoughts?
That really resonated with me. The idea that it's not who you know now, it's who you don't know. That's very important. For it's not what you know right now, but what you need to still learn. Um, we gotta keep learning. We gotta keep growing, keep building our connection of individuals, and not be satisfied with the people that we currently know, because it reminds me of a saying: whatever you need, someone already has. And
Mm-hmm.
if we could, learn from each other and give to each other, then there's plenty for everybody. It's endless opportunity.
Oh, there is endless opportunities, Chris, and you're absolutely right. The more we actually spread out the opportunity for people to be a part of something, and like I said, it's innate to them. They feel it's really in their, I guess, very fabric of their being to a certain extent. If we can create that environment for them, I mean, it goes far and wide. It's like when you go see a good movie. You go see a good movie, you go tell 10 of your friends and 10 of your friends, 10 of your friends. I mean, you just go like it's going out of style. You just won't stop at saying, hey, go see this movie. You just won't stop at those first 10. You'll tell everybody. But even when it comes into a negative mindset too as well, or a negative experience, sometimes we will take that negative even further than the positive. And I believe, and this is what I've seen for me in a lot of years that I've been on this earth, that we actually go into the negative far quicker than we do the positive. Why that is, I could never tell you. I think it could be multiple things. It could be a mindset in your head that you just say, I'm just geared to the negativity quicker, and you're wired that way, whatever. Sometimes you may have to retrain our brains that way, or is that just something that just occurs to you in your model of the world? But whatever it is, I just truly believe that we can literally shift that mindset to such an extent that we actually focus and really share that positivity with others to such an extent that we don't give into the negative. We don't even, I won't say it, not allow it to be in our lives. It is going to be there, but we don't let it literally shape us and define us for who we are, or impress onto others that we are engaged in that negativity each and every single day. That's not who we are. I truly believe that's the next way for humanity to grow. Is like I said, have that mind shift moment, and like I said, that light bulb goes off in their head, and they say, "Oh my gosh, this is." It's almost like the Matrix. If anyone has watched the Matrix, Neo was actually living one reality versus another. So yeah, Chris, I see you in the chat. Um, yeah, this is the. Can you not hear me, Chris, or can you not have audio? You can hear me, but you just can't say anything. Is that correct?
No, I'm just very new to this whole restream, and I want
You just testing it out. All right, no worries, no worries. But like I said, I just believe that that's the way that we should go. It's just like I said, be those stewards for positivity and possibility, and share that with people to such an extent. Like I said, it's really going to change humanity like we never before seen in human history. So, what's your thoughts on that, Chris?
positivity is light the moths. People feel drawn. Some of the most successful and people with the largest followings I found are not the most negative people, but they are the most welcoming, the most friendly, the most opening, the most willing to give a hand. It's almost eerie how people are naturally drawn. I mean, they are. I've seen it over and over. Positivity attracts people, and it's for a good reason. People want to be helped. They don't want any more negativity. They don't want, like you said, to be lost in focus and putting all their energy into that negative spiral. It's I feel like a lot of, like you said, I don't know what it is. It might be nature. It might just be programming from the larger society. But people tend to really dive headfirst into that negativity. And like you, Chris, a breath of fresh air, some positive energy into people's lives. I feel it really resonates with a lot of people, and that's why they're coming here.
Right, right, and I truly believe in that too as well. If we can, like I said, give people the opportunity to be better than what they were yesterday, to give them an opportunity to say, hey, I don't have to go it alone, or I don't have to be in this negative mindset. And sometimes, and I shared this with people, I know you probably have heard it from me before, is that if we can let go of what we fear to lose, I truly believe we have nothing to fear and we have nothing to lose. What's your thoughts on that?
That resonates with me so strongly, Chris. I feel like people are they're held back by their fear of loss, and usually uh, that's what's keeping them back. That's the barrier in front of them. It's not that they can't. It's not that they don't have the opportunity. It's just the fear of the familiar, the fear of not wanting to explore the unknown, of not meeting new people, of not going out there and seeing what's new. They get constrained by that, and I think more people need to adopt the mindset that you stated earlier about being willing to just give up what you have now to get something even better.
Yeah. And like I said, that is why I would like for you to be a part of what we're doing here at Bringing Humanity Together. Because the more that we get more people involved on this, and it really speaks to them, and it goes to the very core of who they are, and it's very simple. If we just do the right thing, and if we just forget about doing the easy thing, the things that will come to us, I truly believe, Chris, will be becoming in a far more easier way and dynamic to us than versus trying to do it ourselves. This is like what Vicky Brewster, who is part of the team now here, Bringing Humanity Together, and I had a chat with her this morning and commenting on it. She said it's almost like a recipe. You have to put up everything together, let it simmer, and let it do whatever it needs to do, and then boom, the masterpiece occurs, and it's there. Hello, Chris. There you are. Woo, now we got it to work. All right, get that video to work.
Definitely, Chris. Being able to mix the ingredients together and use everybody's different talents and energy, it's a lot easier than trying to do it by yourself. I definitely agree with that.
Yes, yes. So I shared my story with you a couple of times. What's the few takeaways that you've gotten from it when I've shared my story with you?
Purpose, passion, and the willing to contribute to other people's lives. But I think the audience would love to hear your story again, Chris.
Oh well, let me share it with them again. I would love to do that. Um, if anyone who doesn't know who I am, of course, I'm just a simple man from Lakeland, Florida, who just set out on these three epiphany moments to happen to me, and this is the way it kind of just came to me. About 15 years ago, I was sitting on my couch and I was asking myself, sure, I'll be working with people or for people. But back then, we don't have the social media landscape as we do today. But I just made that conscious choice. And to me, ladies and gentlemen, choice leads to the ultimate path to freedom. I truly believe in that. So I know when I chose to work with others, not for others, because that's a huge distinction. Because when you work with others, you get so more out of it than you do working for others. I just made that, like I said, made that choice. But then flash forward when I was a corporate recruiter uh, here in Lakeland for a solar company, and I was asking applicants and candidates questions like, do you want to be a part of something bigger than of yourself? Do you want to leave a living and lasting impact every day in every way? Do you want to help others and get them to where they want to go, not only in business, but maybe more importantly in life itself? And then the third epiphany moment came none other shortly thereafter than my awesome wife, Melinda, who's a pharmacy technician by trade. And I keep hearing it from her day in and day out. I'm tired of being tired. I'm tired of being undervalued. I'm tired of not being heard at work. I mean, the whole litany of stuff you probably hear from people every day, anyways. But I just had that light bulb moment yet again. And I said, you know what? I know what I've been called to do. I've been called to bring humanity together and to truly bring humanity in the business and beyond. Because once we go beyond the business, we can really impact people in such a great human way. Because I truly have seen it as this: the very same community that we live in is the very same community that we work in. They're both interconnected, they're already there. And I just know that that's the path forward for me and a great number of people that's who's involved in this. Sandy Chernoff, Carla Finnegan, Michael Baker, Patrick Kurtz, Lisa McQuillan, Ricky Brewster, Michelle Severson. And there's so many people that are literally wanting to be a part of this because, number one, they see the need. Number two, they see the opportunity, and they can see themselves being a part of something bigger than themselves because they are allowing that to just go right to their heart and say, this speaks to me, this moves me. And like I said, if that can move people, we can literally move mountains.
Yes, Chris. The inclusiveness of this community and the purpose behind it, they're great values, and I think that's what's attracting a lot of people to you. Like Sandy, for example, great person, great set of values she has as well.
It's just like that very picture behind you, that bridge. If we can bridge humanity and bring it together, what can we not achieve? Because the journey of 1,000 steps starts with that single step. And who's willing to take that first step? I know I am. Who else is willing to take that first step into a much larger world? I know you are, Chris. And that's the thing, that's what's going to happen. The more people see what's going to go on here at bringing humanity together, and like I said, it speaks to them, it's tangible to them, and it gets in right into their, like I said, their little gut. They can say, wait a minute, something's going on here. This can literally, it's like again, that passenger of yours that you literally changed her, I think, her day and maybe even her life from doing the simplest of things of having a conversation with her and saying, hey, it's not all bad. Let, let's work it out right now in the car. And I think that that's the greatest gift. And kudos to you, Chris, for doing that. Because not a lot of people would do that. They would just go about their day. I'm picking up somebody. And, okay, on your way. You took your kudos to you. You did the right thing. That was awesome.
Thank you, Chris. And I think it goes back to one of the things you definitely said of how those small things make a large impact. It doesn't take much to have a good positive attitude when you first meet a stranger. It doesn't take much to show people that you care, that you listen, and those little tiny things go a long way with people. Like you said earlier, setting up the palpable energy. You know, if somebody has a bad attitude, you go in there, you're trying to get your groceries, you feel the negativity. It's
Right, right. And it comes to this. This is one of the greatest quotes that I have ever seen from any person. And he's one of the, I think, most profound leaders that I truly believe that's really impacted me in such a way that it's literally, and I would love to meet him. Um, but this is what uh, John C. Maxwell says in a lot of his books. And like I said, I just believe that this is really the thing that is going to, like I said, get the people. Let me bring this up, and it's going to be right here. It's going to be a window right there. There we go. Bing, bang, boom. And here we go. And this is what John C. Maxwell says in his one of his many books. Is he says, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And that speaks volumes. And like I said, when people know that you care for them and you're on their side, you're basically, it's almost like, I'm a big Star Wars fan. You can't have a Master Yoda without an Obi-Wan. And you can't have an Obi-Wan without an Anakin. They're interconnected. So the guides are just as important as the very heroes in that hero's journey. So when we make that, like I said, really innate in our day to day, and we do it just by literally by design. It's in our DNA. People will pick up on that, and they feel that, and they know that, and then that really springs up in people's heart and saying, you know what, I don't have to go this journey alone. I don't have to do all these negative things. It literally will shift their game to such an extent they're going to say, "Wow, I've been living in this alternate reality for far too long. Why didn't get a part of it sooner?" Because see, I share with that people every day. Sometimes we live in that matrix reality, thinking that we're living one reality when outside of ourselves there's something totally different out there that's far better, and we don't even see it.
Definitely, Chris. I completely agree with all that. It
Yeah.
reminds me of this time I was in a clubhouse room. I was in a room with what I believe to be a multimillionaire. He had 4 different restaurants. I think he owned like 2 oil refineries. But I definitely didn't give him the follow because I did not know if he cared or not. So people don't really care, like the quote that you just pulled up. They don't really care what you know or what you have or your level of achievement. It's about how much do you care about them? What are you going to do? What are you going to give back to them? And if they can feel that you actually want to give something to them, that they care about you, then they'll follow you back.
Right. Absolutely. See, and that's the one thing that we can do is literally extend that invitation out to connect. If we can literally just extend that hand out and say, "How can I help and serve you?" We did our part. Now, it's just like a gift. If you give out that gift, at least you did your part by sharing that gift. Now, what people do with that, that's up for them to decide and for them alone to partake in. They have to make that choice. We can't force it upon them. We can't make them do it. We can't do any of that. We just have to do our part and say, "Hey, we give this freely to you and extend our hand out. And what you do with that, that comes to you." Now, if you take it and you take that gift, I'm all for it. But if you don't, I've come to realize, Chris, that sometimes it's maybe not for them to take into that. Maybe it's not that gift is not meant for them right then. It might be 3 days from now, 4 days from now, whatever that might be. But then if they do take it and they do receive it and they don't do nothing with it at that time, maybe there's a rhyme and reason behind that. And that's for them to decide and to say, "Hey, if Chris gave me this, maybe today's might be the day to use it." And I'm going to leave that up to them to decide for themselves. And when that, like I say, when they hits in their mind and it occurs to them, "Oh my God, what did I get here?" I think that's what's going to be so powerful, because sometimes when, like I said, if we get outside of ourselves to such an extent and see that gift, then what's going to end up happening is they're going to say, "Hey, I got this gift in my head that Chris gave me about 3 days ago, and look what's one in front of me." Because I know life happens. We have our lives that goes to us day to day, and it goes every which way but loose sometimes. But sometimes when we take that step back and say, "You know what? It was a rough day. This might be the day for me to look at what Chris gave me." You open it up and, oh my God, I think sometimes it's just giving that time to people to accept said gift or accept said invitation. And if you can allow that to happen for them and let it be on their terms, I mean, it's a beautiful thing.
Yes, Chris, I definitely agree. And I think also, I think people forget that there's definitely a joy in giving. I mean, it's fun. There's a very fun aspect of it, and sometimes people, that's all they want to do. They want to have some sort of why do people spend so much money on movies and going out? People just want to have some fun, and I think people forget how nice it can feel to give and to participate in a community and to give back. So that's one of the things I like about this community that you're building here, Chris. That you're giving people a chance to give, and to enjoy that.
Right, right. And see, we have fun here bringing humanity together because that's what makes humanity great. Is because when you can recognize the fun and you can enjoy what you're doing, what's going to end up happening is, and we've probably heard it before, but I truly believe it's true. If you love what you're doing, then it's no longer work. And I truly believe in that. But then again, if you can show others the what you can do too as well, don't have to turn it into work. Yeah, you may have to put a little effort, you may have to put a little work into it, but it don't have to become work. It could be your passion, it could be your purpose, it could be your calling, and that's what I've found out for me. And like I said, if I can just bestow that onto somebody, and then like I said, just that one person, then I've made a great day for someone, and that one person, and that makes my day go so much better to where I can literally change that one person's life or their day, and however way it shows up to them, that just that just fills my cup up every single time because I know number one, it's not about me, it's about them, and number two, if I could just do that little thing, like I said, paying for their coffee. Hey, how many coffees they get? They got six. Oh, I'll pay for them all. Done. If we just do the little things, I think, like I said, it's going to bring humanity together, and like no other time in human history, and I know that.
Yes, the sense of purpose in this community has been one of the things that I truly enjoy the most. So much purpose.
So definitely, Chris, we'll definitely get you involved more here at bringing humanity together. I definitely want to get you in touch with our great partners, Sandy Chernoff, Carla Finnegan, Lisa McQuillan, uh, Vicky Brewster, Patrick Kurtz, and so many others. Because, like I said, we know that we can do this from one person at a time, one community at a time, one organization at a time, and I even dare say one nation at a time. We are going to and they all know this, and I know this too right from the very get go. It's not a matter of if this is going to be big. It's only going to be a matter of when and how big that is and who's on board. That's the only difference. It's not like I said, the if it's not going to be a matter of if. We know it's going to happen. It's just a matter of how big it's going to be, who's on board, and that's the only distinction that we have here. And we know that.
Definitely, Chris. Yes, I've seen this community
So
group. It's been great.
So everyone, please connect with Chris. He's a great friend of mine. I've already put him in the comment section of LinkedIn Live. Connect with him. Have a great and engaging conversation with him. He'd be one of our newest members here at Bringing Humanity Together. He really is all about humanity. I mean, literally, if you can change someone's life on a Lyft drive, that tells you something. And that means something to somebody because you never know. When I guarantee you, I got to ask you this: did you already get the 5-star review already from that person or no?
Yes, I got a 5-star, and I have 5 stars in general. So yeah,
Oh, nice. You know what I would have done, and I know it probably would have go against the rules of Lyft and everything, but I would have done. I would say, hey, look, I'm glad I made your day, but whenever you need anything, come back in the car, and I would love to help you out. I would have just sent a message right back out to her. That's what I would have done. But you just never know what happens in the smallest things. You just never know what happens. But that's cool. So, Chris, like I said, we'll definitely get you involved here at Bringing Humanity Together because we would like for you to be a part of this. And if there's anybody that you know, please let them know about Bringing Humanity Together because we know once we get the word out about what we're going to do and how we're going to do it with people and with companies, large and small, whoever that might be, it's going to be a big thing. I really know it because, see, I knew right from the onset of this journey that what I've done is totally in reverse of what most traditional businesses do. What traditional business does is put a product out after they put up the building, of course, put up a building, put out a product, then hope to God that they get a following and create that revenue and impact thereafter. Well, I said to myself, well, let's do it totally on 180 on that. Let's reverse that. Let's create the community now. Let's get the following now. And then we'll build out the products and services that the heartbeat of humanity is asking for and craving for in their organizations or even in their everyday lives. And if we can do that, like I said, not only do we impact that one person that will turn into many, that one company will turn into many companies. And again, it's like that field of dreams. If you build it, they will come. And I know that. So, Chris, we would love to have you on board on this. And like I said, please reach out to me or to Chris if you want to have more great and engaging conversations. We would love to have that with you guys. Um, and just remember, we will have always these live streams every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, all at 3 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time, except for Conversations for Humanity. We have like a 15-minute meet and greet on Wednesdays. And today was just an impromptu session because, like I said, I wanted to get more people involved. And I'm glad you, Chris, you took the time out of your day to be on this call with me today. So I'm so appreciative and so thankful for that. Because, like I said, I really did want to impress on the people that, like I said, it is truly the things that we can do to change their lives. And sometimes it might be a LinkedIn Live, it might be a Lyft drive. You just never know. And like I said, that's the greatest thing that we can do.
Yes, thank you so much for having me, Chris. It was a great experience, as always, interacting.
Yes, absolutely. It is. And like I said, I will see you on Clubhouse soon. And like I said, I'll get you some more information about connecting with the great leadership team here, bringing humanity together. But share this with your family, your friends, your colleagues, even at Lyft. We would love to have them all. And thank you again, Chris. And we'll definitely talk soon.
Thank you, Chris. Take care.
All right. Have a good one. All right. Bye bye. So everyone, that was my special guest, Chris Alvarvendo. He's a Lyft driver, and that story was amazing. So please connect with Chris and connect with everyone here at Bringing Humanity Together, and I will post their names in the chat on LinkedIn Live. So please, we would love to have that great and engaging conversation with you. Again, thank you for watching today about impression to impact. Is that interconnected? What does that look like and mean to you? If you have any thoughts on that, or you want to bring more uh, topics to the table for our conversations calls that we have throughout the week, please reach out to me or even comment in the LinkedIn Live. We will love to hear from you and reach out to you. So please, again, have a fantastic Friday. Make it your day. And remember the mission statement of Bringing Humanity Together, which is, if I help you, you help me, then we help we. Have a great day and have a great weekend, everyone. All right, bye-bye.